Good day. May the Lord bless us all. My name is Masake. Let's continue our journey. The journey for us to discover ourselves. The journey to amend relationships. The journey to tackle our fears, tackle our worries. I'm just like you. I have my worries. I have my fears. But together, let's talk and uplift one another. I've had some counseling sessions of late with a man that came and complained that he's scared that something is happening, that every relationship that he has, the girls, they abandon him. It's not one, it's not two, it's not three. Up to the extent that he got married and it still happened. The first time and the second time. So he's scared. He came to me and said, maybe he has something going on in the family or witchcraft and things like that. I asked him this. The girls that left, the women that left, do you try to find out why? Do you try to find out why? That's what I asked. Now, he said no, he did not. And I told him that he made a mistake, that he needs to find out. And I asked him to go look for one, just one, and have a discussion with her. And after that discussion, let him come back to me and let's talk. He told me that it's difficult. So I asked for some of the contacts that I will try myself. Fortunately, one lady decided to talk, and that was the ex-wife decided to talk, and I invited him to come. Most often, we tend to overlook certain things. You cannot solve a problem without going to the root of that problem. We always want to solve problem at the surface, not going to the root. Because we follow crowd, we follow what the society say. Society, they just reflect on the problem. They don't care. But those who care, if you have friends who care, we ask questions. But society don't ask questions. They just join with the rumor or any other information that they have. And they just say as it is. They analyze in the surface, but nobody goes deep. That is the difference between society and a professional. I am a professional. So when you come to me, I have to go underneath to see the root cause of that problem. Most often, I just talk and give information. These are the information I want society to listen to. But I want everybody to understand that if you want your problem to be solved, you have to talk privately, because there are directions that must be taken professionally. That is why he came, but I decided to share this because I've had a lot of them. I decided to share. Maybe it's a global problem, so everybody will know. But then, it might be global, but yours is personal. Because his own circumstance might be different from yours. but you are facing similar issues. So, when I spoke to the lady, I actually invited her. I did not tell her that she will meet the man. I invited the man. I did not tell the man that I invited her. When they came, I spoke to them differently. Different locations. But in the same building, but different location. The woman said something. The woman said, the man has erectile problems. That he can have an erection, but after that, for just had an erection, but as soon as the man ejaculates, that erection will never come. Sometimes, some days she tries, nothing. And she has needs. She's a sexual woman. Therefore, the man could not satisfy her. That is why she left. I asked, what about the attitude of the man? He said he has asked the man and tried to talk to the man, but the man don't want to attend to her when it comes to that subject. No, he will just shout and dismiss everything. That was what happened. Most men are like that. Most women are also like that. Because we are afraid of our insecurity. We are afraid of our weakness. So because the man knows that that's his weakness, he doesn't want to listen. But that's a mistake. That weakness might be your strength. We'll come to that. So, I went and I told the man that the woman is around. I want him to come and have a discussion with her. The man accepted. I informed the woman that please, we'll be together. Both of us. We sat together in another session. I asked the wife, the ex-wife, please, can you repeat what you told me? In front of the man. I said, it's a different scenario now. You are in front of a counselor. Those that have watched my video, someone passed. I made an assertion that most people find it okay to talk to strangers. But those that they know, be it family, parents or sisters, friends, they are not comfortable in certain situations. Or pastors, they are not comfortable in those situations. So that lady was comfortable with me because it was the first time I met her. So to the woman, he came to me after a particular recommendation. The woman told us exactly what she said to me. And I turned and asked the man, what do you have to say? The man looked at me and said, it is true. I just asked him a simple question. So who is the problem now? The man said, I am the problem. I said, but most people know that the women had issues, not you. And I asked the woman, I thanked her. And she told me one thing, that she came because she loves the man. That's the only reason why she came and decided to talk. If not, she had tried to talk, but the man could not listen. This situation is common in our society. It might not be erectile problems. It might be other problems. And before I address it, I will address another problem. This one was a beautiful lady. She's damn pretty, beautiful, has a good job, has everything. But she came to me and said, men don't stay with her. As soon as they have sex, they leave. That she has a problem, she feels spiritual. I did the same thing. Can you direct me to one person that you know can talk? One ex, one person that you've slept with. She says she has been having that problem for years. That she don't understand. She told me one person. I said, please go and meet him and tell him to come. She did. She met the guy. The guy decided to come. They stayed friends, but the man was not dating her anymore. So when they came, I told the guy that she has this problem. She's been complaining that men always leave her. And you left her. What is your reason? The man looked at her and said, she has odor in her private part. That when he had sex with her, he could not stand the smell that came out from there. The girl started crying. I said, don't cry. I thanked him. And I asked him, why didn't you talk to her? Why didn't you tell her? He said, it is a personal thing. And she felt so bad. He felt so bad to talk to her because she feel if you tell her that, she don't know her reaction. She knows she could not stand it. Because she has attempted to say similar things to her in the form of stories. But her reaction to it was not good. It was so bad. So he knew that this one would not be different. Now let's talk. With that of the girl, it was simple. We asked her to go to, I recommended her to go to the hospital. She went, and I think she's okay now. Everything is fine. She did not know the problem. She had to talk. Why do I bring these two situations? For us to understand that to know something in a relationship, there must be communication. Communication is the key. It doesn't matter. Sometimes we think that we can hurt the others by saying the truth, but the Bible says the truth will set you free. So we need to say the truth. It doesn't matter how bad it is. You have to say the truth. Love is about looking someone in the eye and tell the person exactly what it is. If you love somebody, that is what love is about. It's about facing reality. That is what love is about. Love is not the emotions that we think. It's about reality. It's a reality check. The man kept on having problems, but the man could not look at himself. Most time we forget that we could have problems. Every single thing we do is We want to put it to another person. Another person. The other person is at fault. But we've not looked at ourselves. We have to look at ourselves. If that man has asked questions, if he had actually met one lady that left him and asked question, he will know. But he knew that he had an issue. He knew he had an issue. He said he has been to the doctor and the doctor said he will be fine. But how come you get married to somebody, you had an issue like that, you could not communicate that issue with that person? You need to communicate. Communication is very important. It's the power. That is the power that we have. The power of truth lies in communication. And understanding can only come when there is communication. Because the Bible says when two agree. But most often, we are not in agreement. We are not in agreement. But we feel we've agreed. No. Sometimes somebody don't want something in a relationship. But you don't come out clean to tell the person I don't want. You just sit quiet. In your mind, you don't want. Why don't you speak out? Speaking out is very important. It's very important. So you will repeat one mistake every single day like that man if you don't talk. You need to be honest to yourself. You need to find out if a relationship ends in a particular way. There's a reason for everything. Find out what happened. Find out. Stop accusing somebody. Find out first. That lady has solved her problem, but it's a problem that she has been with for years. I asked her, don't you feel it? She said no. She said no. She did not get the smell herself. She said no. I want us to communicate more. Relationships. Many have broken just because they could not communicate. Something simple that could be handled. But because you don't communicate, it's another issue. Now, the lady tried to communicate to the man, but the man refused to listen. The boy could not communicate because he has brought similar situations, similar stories to the girl, but the girl's reaction was bad. So sometimes too, people want to communicate, but your reaction makes them not to communicate. We should mind the way we react. We should mind the way we talk. Give room. Give room. Listen. Listen. Men, please listen. You don't want to listen. We don't like to listen. We don't like to listen. And that is our greatest problem. Listen is not agreement. To listen doesn't mean you've accepted what the person said. But to listen is a virtue. That when you listen, you can listen. I say, okay, I've heard. I'll think about it. It's understood. It's understood. Now, our expression when somebody is talking to you matters. It matters. Facial non-verbal expression matters, not what people will see. Their approach matters. Your facial expression can make someone not to talk. Your posture can make someone not to talk. But let me tell you something. Their physical touch can open a gate for someone to come into your life. Sometimes, eye contact makes another person to understand that this one is listening to me. Though in a culture, especially most African culture, is something bad. You see it as challenge. Somebody is talking to you, you are looking in another direction. It means you don't have time. What he's saying is not valuable. So, those non-verbal communication methods that we always use stop someone from talking. It stops someone from talking. Our pitch is also one thing. Sometimes our pitch are very high. When that pitch is like that, some people are scared. Some people are scared. But that is why you must know your partner. Know the language, know how he is. If it's somebody that will talk the next minute, he goes high, you understand and you know how to handle it. If it's that person that don't talk, you understand, you know how to handle it. Please, we have to communicate. But the ways that we take to communicate matters a lot. How you pass that information matters. It matters. You have to look for ways. And it's different from every individual. That is why when you meet a professional who is a counselor, he will talk to you based on the way you are. He will counsel you based on who you are and how she is or he is. It's not general. That's why it becomes personal. That's why most often you need somebody that is neutral, that can look things in different angles. Please, we all do. We all do. The content of your conversation also matters. Sometimes this seriousness will make somebody to be afraid. Sometimes you put jokes in between and you pass your message. You pass your message. Women, most often you want to pass your message, but you pass it indirectly. Indirectly. Indirect communication. You do that a lot. But that is not direct communication. It makes another person feel different. That's the truth. It makes the man look at you different. For instance, you want to get the attention of your man. He has gone out, he comes back late. You don't want to talk to him. What do? You make statements like, when he's at home. Now, wow. The way this time outside is sweet, we only go we can we back we anytime we want time. Outside on turn. You know, easy this time or. You say something like that. The man is sitting there. You are saying something, you are talking to him, but you are talking to somewhere else. That man might find it disrespectful. problem starts. But that is the way that you use to pass on that message, which is not the best way. Timing when you are giving a message also matters. Timing. Your man is a lover of football. He left the office and rushing to come and watch his match. You have something to discuss with him. Very important. Very important though. When he comes, you say, okay, my man has come, let me go and talk to him. But that man has come directly, you see him, he has put on the television, the football match is there, and he's concentrating on that football match. That is when you want to talk to him. When he snubs at you, what will you do? He doesn't have your time. That's what you say. But you knew that football is what he desires at that moment. Why can't you wait? Why can't you wait? You, the man, you come to the kitchen, the woman is busy cooking, might be something is in the pot, and she's concentrating. That is when you want to tell her something important. And when she gives you a rebuff, what happens? She doesn't respect you. Please. We need to do things differently. We need to do things differently. Differently in our relationships. It is important. The way we communicate matters. Very important. Very important. That man and that woman, it is only communication that solves their problem. Communication. What he did not do at the end of the day is the same thing that he did. I said the other time that the things that we feel that are weaknesses might turn out to be our strength. You might not know. People always capitalize with someone's weakness. If a person discovers your weakness, that person will capitalize on that weakness. For instance, if a woman or a man discover that sex is your weakness, you love it. And each time she or he comes to you, and when he has that, every demand, everything that she wants, you give. She will understand. He will understand. When he needs something, that's exactly what he will do. You know it's your weakness. You don't want her to know it's your weakness. You are hiding it. She's using it against you. But think about this. If you open up to him that this is my weakness, will she use it against you? She will not. Can he use it against her? No. Why? Because she understands that you will know that she wants to use that particular weakness. So it becomes your strength. It becomes your strength. You will not be unhappy again because you expose your weakness, and that person is taking care of that your weakness. So the thing that you thought is a weakness will definitely become a strength in that relationship. Please, the weakness that you think is a weakness is a strength. Might be you are a spendthrift. You like to spend money. But if your partner open up to your partner, please, mama, please, daddy, this is my weakness. Now, he will use that part to strengthen you. Both of you will come out with solutions to that. They will become your strength. Stop hiding your weakness from your partner. You feel that when you hide your weakness, what will happen? Your partner will take it for granted. No. Instead, when you hide it, he will take you for granted. When you expose it, he will not take you for granted. Because he knows, and both of you will look for solution. Your weakness is your strength. Please, your weakness is your strength. The Bible says that my people perish because of lack of knowledge. Most often we lack this knowledge. But let's use it. That weakness that you think is your strength. Let's communicate. Don't be afraid of your weakness. Communicate your weakness. If you love somebody, look that person into the eye and tell the person the hard truth. Tell the person the truth if you want to help that person. Even if the person is angry. I bet you when that person sits alone, he will come back to his senses. And that person will approach you and will tell you thank you. Sometimes we need a push. Sometimes you need somebody to be by us and to encourage us to overcome our worries. But we don't have that courage to talk to somebody. But by the time you tell somebody, solutions will come. Solutions will come. I'm saying this today because I've had this a lot in most of my counseling sessions. That is why I decided to say this today. Have a blessed day. I did not come to confuse you, but to give an understanding to a situation. And remember, every situation is unique. Depending on who you are, your background, the genesis of the problem, we have to go back to the foundation, to the root of the problem, to solve your own problem. You might be facing this, you might learn from it, but to get a full, detailed help that you actually seek, you have to meet the source. Because there's some background information that will be needed to solve your particular problem. I want each and every one of us to understand. If you go to the hospital, if the doctor doesn't have good diagnosis, he will never solve your problem. And if you come to a counselor, I've had this many, and you lie, I want you to understand your problem will never be solved. Why? Because every advice and every information that he gives will be based on a lie that you told. So at the end of the day, it's only truth that will set us free. If you want solutions, you must be truthful. Be truthful to yourself. Be truthful to the person that is involved and to those involved. Be truthful. Truth will set you free. Communication, it's a tool, but you can communicate with lies. Communicate with truth. Communicate with understanding. Communicate and understand that you guys are different. You are from different backgrounds. The way you understand something might be different from the way he understands something or she understands something. Situations might be different. That is why it's an individual thing. You need to take it from the individual perspective. Don't globalize it. Thank you very much. And God bless you. It's a wonderful day. Stay blessed.